Ekhanda!
The role of AmaHubo at the Battle of Isandlwana. As we all know, there is a saying that goes like Urak quicker chant or quicker chant Urak. He who sings is having a double prayer. So if Uhuba, we are actually using the words or the lyrics about what is happening at the time, and those words, they are carrying particular spirits that are able to invoke certain courage on those regiments.
You can imagine that joyous or a victorious moment of the Zulu nation after conquering the most technologically advanced regiments or soldiers from England. You imagine that they were using guns like Richards, guns like Martin Henry, and only what they had, it was just cowhide shields, sticks, and spears. So now, that moment, the ululations, the chanting of the regiments. Siyawashaya msasa! Siyawashaya msasa! Siyawashaya msasa! Sithi sasa na msasa! Sithi sasa na msasa! Sithi sasa na msasa! Yangena ngoyisi kwela kwandunu kwabalele siyakhongothi zinjojela balele mkwakho uyasabeka And then you would hear others saying, Siyawungena ngomnyama siyadeni, Siyawungena ngomnyama Isandlwana, bathi bakhala umagazini esilungwini, Siyawungena emzini yamakhosi. Zembe naziyashe, zomqalo wanya, one of the songs that they used, the most important songs in history, as they were moving from Ondini to Isandlwana, later Bekuzizaka, more 3 a.m. because Omlife and other Zulu speaking people, they already joined these British armies. And if you look at the modern day today, others have modified this war cry, but and you think now, it means almost a similar thing now that when so when people are speaking of Izaka, it's not like our forefathers maybe or but there is a lot of intellectuality or some sort of an intellectual connotation that is found in these war cries, such as this war cry that was composed by AmaHubo, who was a general commander at Kuzani Tuta, but later then, after the Battle of Isandlwana, that was Europe's drift, people died there. Some of them did not die because they were shot, but it was too hard to understand that people would grab anything that they see only to find that they would even drink paraffin thinking it's water at that time. But because King Techayo was against this battlefield thing, he wanted to do these things through the negotiation processes. What happened was, one of the people who were there, they were reminded that Owandaba kodwa kasho ukuthi siye empini. Ilapho bathiwa khona, "Wamina ngiyayisaba lempi, wose ngiyayisaba lempi, wasala maduna kandabe sanjona." In respect of COVID-19, as you can see, I had to remove my mask just for a few minutes, and all of us are having their masks on. And we wish to thank the Department of Arts and Culture for this opportunity during the most trickiest times of our lives in the whole world, where we were faced with ukimbici, abanye bambiza ngokuvete, uchithisaka, obulalisizo sonkana. We wish to thank this Department of Arts and Culture for giving us this opportunity, as well as ascribing value to our culture, because if I were to die today, but our kids will still ask questions, who were we? So this is why we are forcing to do this. Thank you so much. Bakala zinyanelengwe wena wenkosi, kwimbube isinyanelengwe esabashiye Isandlwana.
Kwimbube isinyanelengwe esabashiye Isandlwana.
And then there were also drilling songs, drilling AmaHubo. As you can imagine, when the Western soldiers are saying left, right, China City. So there are songs that can be dated back as far as the Shakani era, where King Shaka normally would compose songs around the importance of livestock, izinkomo, I mean, all the things that have made us to be who we are as a nation. They say that when he was moving next to Amalawu, these Zulu hearts, intombi zayimoyizela ngoba wayizwakala ethi yamashabango bamkhondo bathi zikhalela amashabango bamkhondo bathi bathi sakukhalela ngoba
And again, ukuhuba is more like a safeguarding of your history and heritage. So this is why, as they were faced with these armed soldiers, they couldn't see anything. They couldn't think of anything. They couldn't give up because they were thinking of the future of their kids. They were thinking of the future of their heritage. So AmaHubo, carrying a particular message like balele zinyane lengwe wena wenkosi bathi wempube zinyane lengwe sabashiye sandla. So as they were singing these songs, there is no way that they could give up because they were reminded of who their forefathers are and their accolades and the things that they have done for them over the years. So that was the role of Ukuhuba at the Battle of Isandlwana.
Akanda! Danga thinta mabhubesi!
Wathinta mabhubesi,